Hello, welcome back. Got a new setup on the Apple TV. As you can see, a lot of the stuff at the top is still the same because when you go up, it actually shows stuff that's on these channels. You can go over and see, go back, put it on Hulu, it'll tell you what's on. You can cross over and see other things. Push the back button again, and we're back at Netflix. You go up, boom, 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 look at all this stuff. Back to the screensaver with the double click right here. Put it on the Apple TV, push the button, push it again. And that's the Apple TV where they're showing you other things that are down. I've been watching Black Hawk Down. Wife's out of town, so I get to watch the good stuff. You know what that means, yeah. So Black Hawk Down's on HBO Max. These are some things you can watch. See, they like to sell the other channels. With the new setup, double click on the back button and you get that, or one click and you're back to your regular screen. Got a new Tablo DVR. Works on the antenna, so it records some antenna shows. So I can actually skip commercials on the CW network. That's amazing. And I can get PBS shows and record those. So that's cool, without getting the PBS app or paying extra money for PBS. Okay, but the big secret, skipping commercials on CW. This is it. Now Tablo has a built-in skipping thing for their premium service. We tried it on my wife's General Hospital, and right as two ladies were talking, you know how they'll say something and there's the music and then they sort of go to commercial. They were talking, it jumped to the commercial, half of the commercial was there, and then back to the show. And she was like, what happened? Did they just cut one of my scenes? I said, no, it's probably a fluke. Did it again. So I would recommend, don't worry about the commercial skip because you can't rely on it. I would just get your Tablo DVR. This is it. It has a little light you can cut off with your format here. This is the size, this is the quad. And it's got a hard drive here. I got separate 5 terabytes. Oh yeah, that'll record a bunch of stuff. And you can hide it back here. And with the account number, I can put this app on other TVs. It's a quad, which means it has 4 tuners built into it, which allows you to watch on one tuner, record on 3 different channels, 3 different tuners. It's great. It has live TV from the antenna, recordings, a few things I've tested out. Prime time, it gives you stuff you can look at. TV shows coming on. Movies you can record and then skip the commercials. You just manually skip them with your little advanced button. You can hit a 30-second skip, 30-second skip. Go too far, back it up a little bit. You know, just get it right, just right. So you just knock out 2 minutes of commercials and you're good to go. Right, Nico? Right? You've been watching this. Good. Where are you going here? Oh. This is what we watched. And somebody's eyes were glued. They're just still testing it out. Cat's View. It's a Korean news station. It always has little short stories with it. And this is like 5 minutes. They're 5 minutes little things. I get rid of the sound, copyright purposes. But it's a beautiful picture. NHK World Japan. Look at that kitty cat. A cat's view of Japan. See? An ancient sea city. We're going to get to see the sea city and the cat's point of view. And it's kind of a cool 5 minutes. It keeps Nico. Hey, look at it. He's just looking. Is that a kitty cat? Yeah. Okay, so we're back again. Tablo. Just a few things to record and skip commercials. Now it's May 2022. There's nothing much new on. Everyone's wrapping up. A few summer shows will be coming out. But I tested it out on some of these. My wife's General Hospital, she can watch and manually skip the commercials because it might be a cool commercial you want to see for a new movie or something, right? Just do it manually. Don't worry about it. And there's a TV shows, movies, sports. You can record sports. Prime time shows you the prime time TV shows you can get. It's alphabetical right there. Movies you can get. Sports. So look at some of the, we can watch college rugby, IndyCar, LPG, minor league, soccer, NBA, track and field, swimming, Premier League, PGA Tour, professional bowlers, Championship League, USFL, soccer, USLW, WNBA, X Games in China, the senior PGA and the PGA, because these things are broadcast over your antenna. When you get these channels, it's best to set it up. I like to use the format because it gives you a little more information. It'll ask you things like, you know, what do you want to record? Let's see. Okay, an old show. I just want to see if it will work. I'm recording this. They have different levels of recording. 1080p TV. It's just a 1080p. It's not fancy, but they broadcast some of these things in 1080, which is great. And the app recommends 720 because most of us don't have 5G phones yet. So 720 is good for watching when you're out in the world on your phone. It still hesitates a little bit, but it records fine at 720. It's good enough picture, looks great. I've got this coming on 480. I think it's 480 or 420. It doesn't recommend these channels. It'll recommend channels on your phone app. And I've got about 17 out of 50. It recommended 14 of them because they were all 720 or 1080. That's what it recommended. You know, if you want to check some additional ones, like Ion TV is very popular on cable, but it only was coming in at 420, 460, whatever it was. This was going to be 420 or 460, but wait for something to record. Make sure you hit all episodes because this is an old show. There's no such thing as a new episode. And see, it says it's going to record. There's also in the phone app, it'll say, don't record duplicates. So you're not recording this over, you know, the same episodes. These are all different, but if they were all the same from different channels, it would only record once. And it says, you know, you can pick the new episodes, you can don't record, keep the last once, 5, just because I can watch them if I feel like watching them. If I don't, doesn't matter, but there are no new episodes. Antique Roadshow does have new episodes. So right now it's Portland. But it'll record once. I'm keeping 3 just to see some PBS, see how it works. My wife likes Charmed, I like Finding New Roots, just testing it out. We watched the last 2 episodes of Naomi. Great. And we skipped the commercials manually because we had learned our lesson 3 times on General Hospital until finally we just, and then my wife was had it. She said, I'm gonna have to rewatch that on Hulu the next day. You know? Or it came on at 8 o'clock was the trick. It wasn't next day. General Hospital comes on at 8. So she doesn't have to wait a whole day. And Leslie got some Kung Fu, took about 5 episodes. They got a 5 terabyte hard drive. They make the Tablo, there's a little light on top you can turn off with your app, phone app. So I turned mine off. And these are just some old shows I used to watch when I was young. I just wanted to see what they would look like. But some of the CW shows, you know, it has a coming soon area, and that's coming soon to record. There's your settings, manage your subscription, auto delete recordings. Now that's off. Can you imagine my wife staying up late watching her General Hospital, going to sleep, and then waking up to find out not only did she miss 30 minutes of it, but it just got deleted because it finished playing. Yeah, that wouldn't work out either, would it? You can manually do it on your phone. You finish all those? Delete. You just delete it, okay? Keep the last, or just say keep the last 5, so it'll automatically delete itself. LED, that's the little light on top here, that is off. You turn it on, it's a little blue light. Okay? See, these are not, go back up, there you go. Now I've got everything recording in live TV at 720 because I do not have a 5G phone that's going to get that kind of, and it recommends staying 720. You can do 1080 and it's pretty, and if I record it here and watch it again, it still goes through the Wi-Fi here, but it should be a pretty picture. I think I did record one thing at 1080 and then I tried to do it when I was out in the world because I just got this. This is cool. Surrounds, and on the office I don't really have that. It'd probably be good to have on. Turn surround sound on. Nah, don't really need it. It could be fast live startup. I got that on. It came on. Commercial skip is off because of the trouble we had. And you don't need to pay for premium for commercial skip because it says it'll do it itself, but if it doesn't do it right, no. Tablo content on. Enabled, ready to use on this device. I'm not sure what that is. Remote streaming, full quality. We want that. Don't record duplicates. We want that. We don't want to record 10 different PBS shows, and they're all the same shows. Extended live recordings. Yes. Hopefully, a live recording will keep playing because you can extend, you know, like extra 5, 10 minutes, 30 minutes. A brand new show or a final show sometimes can have extra footage and run long. So if you put an hour down, you might miss 30 minutes of it. Or if it's a live, that always is a long time. The Academy Awards, golf, basketball, football, it always runs long. So you need a lot of extra time added to it. And with a 5 terabyte hard drive, because these things do not come with hard drives ordinarily. If they do, you can add it yourself at 1 terabyte, or you can have it built in. You can buy one with 1 terabyte. You can also add this with a HDMI cable that hooks right to your TV. Let's see, and I've got 18 channels that I've saved. Now there it is, 480. I haven't tested it yet. Get TV, the Korean station where there's Newsy. 3 is my CBS, and it's broadcasting at 1080. Bounce, circle, grid, they broadcast at 480, so I don't know. I'll have to test some of these 480s out, see if they look decent enough to watch. CW broadcast at 720, and I'm recording supposedly at 720. So what a deal. Me TV, a lot of old stuff you can watch, but it's only at 480. That's the quality they broadcast at. And the thing is, see the CW, they license it. This is, when you have an antenna and your digital TV interprets the signal, it's like a digital radio station. This comes in on channel 18, which is the CW network here in Charlotte. 18-2, they rent out 3, 4, 5, 6. Antenna TV has a lot of old stuff I'm trying out. I just want to see what it looks like. Cozy's popular, but again, it recommended all the 1080s and the 720s to get. There's Fox, see, it's 720. And there's PBS, 1080. That's a good one to have. So, hang on, we'll see how you do. But there's no PBS. They broadcast at 1080. They go to that extra details. There's a 480 PBS. I don't care about that. I don't care about that. And we got all that. So we're trying some of these out. So it automatically on my phone, as I scanned, it asks to scan. And you can scan and then tell it to save. It's right here too. That's like playing with my phone. But this thing's been very cool. And the fact that it shows up on the top of my Apple TV, I moved it up. And you see I colorized everything. My wife thought, really? I said, yeah, it's colored. Yeah, reds. That was over there, kind of blended with that. But it moved when the Tablo came in. But you got your greens, your black, blue, white, top corners, black in the middle. That's the system. And when you got it, these always show up at the top because they show something. If Disney was at top, all it says is the logo. It doesn't tell you what's on. It doesn't tell you what's coming up. They don't let Apple have a lot of that information. So Disney gets bumped down a little bit. But this is a good little setup for me. New setup. I got the weather network. It's hard to find a good weather thing. And my Apple Music. My movies now. I got all my movies saved on that. And the thing with Weather Network, it's all right. You got to go up, get the weather, actual weather, push the button, and then you get hourly, 36 hours, 14 days. Then you get the good stuff. That's what you really want. You could ask your little Alexa devices and things like that, but that's good. And then I got some folders for free TV, music, news, podcast, screensavers, some sports, weather, movies on iTunes you can rent if you want to, shows you can rent or buy. the trailers for Apple. It's a cool trailer app. Good to have when you want to watch some trailers instead of using YouTube. It gives you good quality, lines it up good. AMC Plus, if you want to get in and watch some of the zombie shows, I heard they weren't all there. If you want to start from the beginning, you may, whatever. There's the CW app. If it doesn't record right, you can watch it. It lasts 5 episodes usually, sometimes they have whole seasons. Discovery Plus will be merging with HBO Max soon. So I'm on hold with that. It'll all be there. I think they're going to do bundling first, try to introduce it to people. Epix Now is the app to have for streaming instead of just Epix, because that's when you have cable and they want your service provider. We dropped cable years ago. Hallmark Movies Now, my wife loves. She actually pays for it. Yeah, she loves it that much. PBS, need to have, shows some things, but it doesn't show everything. And it's expensive, you know, when you want something. Of course, with this Tablo, you're getting what's broadcast over the air. So there's no going back over old episodes. So I'm just kind of, that's why I left Antique Roadshow. If I ever want to watch an episode, there'll always be a couple of them sitting there for me if I want to just burn out to that. Showtime, some good stuff, but a lot of it's on Hulu. Stars, Outlander, the show to watch. And my wife, it's 2 seasons behind from Netflix right now. Netflix has it, but you're missing the last 2 seasons because Stars hangs on to it, so you can subscribe to Stars. Real good, it just tells you about movies and things coming out. App Store settings, you gotta get your settings in there. But this is the new channel lineup. That's my Tablo. Loving it so far. And it gives you access to CW, it's skipping commercials, and PBS that you don't want to actually pay for when you realize, oh, there's a good PBS show. If you know in advance about it, and you can record it and watch it later. So, and this crazy kitty cat thing. Oh, Nico loved it. Okay. Well, that's pretty much it. I recommend the Tablo. It's a great little thing. None of them are perfect. HD Home Run, if you want to look into that, is another device that does that. Tablo's got a lot of stuff going for it. I like adding my own thing. It's a little expensive. They do offer like a subscription service where you can get that guide with all the pretty pictures. And they'll show you a guide without the subscription for 1 day. But I think I've got like 2 weeks worth here. So if I go over, see there's the GOF. It's live now. It has a little logo. It's pretty. But I can go out several weeks as long as they give them information and find out what's on. And you know, you can just, then you can hit record, and when it comes on, it records. But you got to have your Wi-Fi working. If it goes out for some reason, you're not going to get it. So don't bet your life on it. But if you don't want to subscribe to Hulu for ABC and Fox shows, for Peacock for NBC shows, and Paramount Plus for CBS shows, and you just want to get it on your antenna and record what you can, there you go. Get you a DVR and an antenna, and if it works in your area, go to antennapoint.com on the web, and you can see what kind of channels you probably get. Get you a Tablo, the streaming option I got, so I can use it on other TVs. You only just need 1 antenna. It has an option to get another Tablo, and what you can do, I've got a splitter on the back of this TV. Cable goes out, Tablo's out, all this is out, no internet. The splitter for the antenna still goes directly into the back of the TV, and the other splitter went into the back of the Tablo so it can record the shows and put it on the hard drive that I had there. That way, if cable's out, internet's out, I can watch live TV with my antenna. I don't need Tablo. I don't need any of these guys. I can just watch it live like you used to in the old days with commercials, and that's when you run to the kitchen and grab a drink. So it's a neat thing to add your antenna and invest in. And hopefully it'll give you years of good service, and that hard drive will last for years, and just be your own thing. You know, if you need to replace the Tablet for something, unplug the hard drive, save it. Hopefully it'll run for a few more years. Plug in the new hard drive and sync it, and the account they give you for the Tablo will advance to the new Tablo. If you have a second Tablo, why would you need one? What if you have some good signal over here in the north and a good signal in the south from another antenna? And it's hard to get it to pick up both with your antenna multi-directional. Even a multi-directional antenna only goes out so far. So you'll need it both ways. So you point one, hook it to the Tablo, point the other one, hook it to the other Tablo. You're recording both of them. And then it'll say switch Tablos in the options, and you can go to your other Tablo and get the recordings on the DVR. You'll need a terabyte or two or whatever DVR and hard drive. So if you want to do that, but most people don't. Most people, if they watch live TV, you can have an antenna pointed one way to watch live TV. The other antenna is recording the cool stuff on the Tablo. So you only need one Tablo, and then you watch the others kind of live. It's PBS or something. You're like, I like PBS, but I'll just watch it. You know, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine tuning into live. Okay, guys? Well, Nico and I say, that's it. That's it, right, Nico? Look at all the colors. See the pretty colors? What do you think of that? Boring? There's Apple. See? They're getting some good shows on Apple. All right. We will see you again. Happy streaming. Subscribe, like, comment if you'd like. Look into Tablo on some YouTube videos and see if it's right for you. You got an antenna? It's the thing missing from your antenna. If you've invested in the antenna, that's great. Investing in the Tablo, if you want to, it looks like it's something for you. Getting the commercial skip is not necessary. I wouldn't spend the extra money. If you want the guide that looks pretty and spend a little bit for that, look into that. They'll tell you the prices. And there's even a lifetime subscription where it'll pass on to your other Tablos as the years go by. Supposedly you can just get this pretty guide to look into. But once you find the show you know is coming on and you hit record, as long as nothing weird happens, you should be all right. It should go right into here, record, and you'll be all right. I'm sure, and technically I think it'll record without the Wi-Fi, but I can't prove that. Because it went down 3 times today for some odd reason while I was watching HBO. So I put it at the top. It's become a big game changer because CW has a lot of commercials. So it's the wrong time of year to have it. But I can catch up with some old CW shows, but it has to be broadcast. You can't watch an old show with the Tablet because it's not unless they broadcast it again. So get caught up with your CW app, but as the new stuff over the years comes on, you'll be able to boom, boom, boom through it and actually watch a few PBS shows if there's anything you want to see. Yes, I'm still talking. We're still talking, Nico, and then we're going to get a treat for you. Yeah. Okay. So good. Get your tablet, look into it, and happy streaming again. Thank you. Back to Apple.